Hey guys, Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Weight Loss Center here on Fabulous Friday here in Connecticut. Life's good, guys. Life's good. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. Guys, never, never, never stretch. Never, never, never stretch. Guys, this is one of the worst phenomenon that ever happened to exercise, athletics, whatever. You should never stretch a muscle. Guys, muscle fibers are not meant to be literally stretched, even a little bit. If you are literally stretching a muscle, you tear it. It's not supposed to be stretched. So what do you see all these athletes before and after, a game, and they have a trainer just lying on their, and just slamming it down over and over, and their leg down over, trying to, guys, that's why they can't run down the court half the time without pulling a muscle. That's the worst thing you could do. It's not supposed to be stretched. So what happens when you stretch? You go to a baseball game and you see the players, roll around in the grass before the game trying to stretch and all this sort of stuff. What happens? If you stretch a muscle like that, the muscle immediately starts to rejuvenate, start to fix that tear. And what happens? It might just be a microscopic little thing that maybe wouldn't even show up on a X-ray or something. Okay? But what happens? It starts rejuvenating. And when it is rejuvenated, and it doesn't take long, especially if it's a small one, you get scar tissue, stiffness and soreness. You're not supposed to stretch. And what happens when you stretch a muscle too far? You pull it. That's a pulled muscle. That's what it is. It's been stretched too far and it's torn to a certain degree. And sometimes, to a certain degree, it is literally ripped off the bone, torn like that. This is what steroids do. They push too far. And you've got terrible situations. Guys, you never, never, never stretch. Okay, Ralph, well, that makes no sense. Well, that makes sense, Ralph, but how in the world do you gain flexibility? Simple. Simple. You relax the muscle. What sport, I guess you want to call it, probably promotes the most flexibility in the sport? I'm going with yoga, if you want to call it a sport. And what do they promote? Relaxation. Flexibility. You're supposed to relax the muscle. A relaxed muscle is an elongated muscle. Okay? Ralph, I don't have time to go to yoga class. Now, just relax is one thing, but there is one thing that works 287% better and quicker than legitimate yoga, and that is PNF, proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. Guys, I have used this for a lot. I pushed it on the videos, guys. It is so cool. I use it on every single one of my athletes. I use it myself every single day, bar none, every single day. Throughout the day, it is so easy to implement. These PNF exercises, there's 39 of them. If you go from beginning to end, just one right in a row, one right after another, it won't take you 15 minutes. And that's what I suggest all my athletes do. 15 minutes, this is what I do. 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes before I go to bed. Okay? Any issue you have with a sore muscle, a pulled muscle, a tweaked muscle, whatever, this is going to help it. Now, what happens, guys, is proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. Okay? I'm not going to go into it all because I did one just last week, 2 weeks ago on this. Okay? Is proper use of tension to create strength and flexibility in a muscle. And nobody other than myself uses that within their program. Now, one of the beauties of this, and I'm telling you, this even more so than athletes, I love this for senior citizens. Senior citizens, it is so easy to implement. I use it with my mother. I use it with all my mother's friends. I have several senior centers that I go to occasionally and show them how to use this. Guys, you can literally do these exercises sitting in a chair or a wheelchair and with the oxygen coming in and out of your nose. Guys, they are that easy to implement, but they are that powerful. Now, from a senior citizen or a child right up to LeBron James, when you tense a muscle, squeeze it for any period of time, and you relax it, it comes back with more strength, flexibility, endurance. Now, LeBron James is going to be able to exert more tension in his muscles than a 90-year-old woman sitting in a wheelchair. Okay? So he gets more strength, flexibility, endurance out of it. Okay? Guys, I never stretch. At my age, I can absolutely, every single day, no question about it, put my palms flat on the floor, bending from the waist. Okay? Now, what I love about the kettlebell is that it completely, 1,000% incorporates PNF, proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, PNF, into the exercise with resistance to it. So it takes PNF next level. Guys, it is the only way to create flexibility. And I'll tell you what, guys, some of the greatest kettlebell guys, I mean beefy, muscular kettlebell guys, can, deadlift 100, 600 pounds. My man Pavel, 600-pound deadlift, okay? And boom, go right into a flat split. And he's not going to yoga every day. He's just incorporating this. Occasionally he will do some stretching and whatnot, and he gives clinics on stretching and all this sort of stuff. Guys, my athletes don't even think about it. But I guarantee you, if they all of a sudden in the middle of a practice wanted to see if all the players could touch their toes, okay? I guarantee all the weightlifters barely could touch their toes, and my kettlebell guys go right down, flat palm on the ground, bending at the waist. Strength, flexibility, and endurance. Now, yoga, even though it enhances your flexibility, unlike PNF and my kettlebell, it does not promote strength. So I call that wet noodle flexibility. You go to a ashram and you get these yogis that have spent years doing this and can turn their body into a pretzel, some of them older than me, okay? You think they could throw a baseball 90 miles an hour like I can? Do you think they could run a sub 25? No, it's wet noodle. There has to be strength, flexibility, and endurance in any athlete or any human being. It's important. PNF, kettlebell for the win. Never, never, never stretch. Eat and drink your fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Not the fake stuff, true power. Love you all.